fikirləş.
Yeah, make him wrestle.
Sala bilərsən. Yaxından Cəbrayil.
Good, come on.
Cəbrayil özün işlə.
Stop.
Hələ qolu sala bilərsən. Belə yox lan.
Oh, in and out, in and out.
Qolu içərdən sal tabii.
Don't let him hang here.
Kalk aşağı.
Good stuff, kid.
Ayağını gözlə darlanda. İşlə. Xəbərdarlıq vermək istəyirsən, işlə.
Her şey yapsın.
Zutak.
Abi çözle. Abi çözle. Sol.
Good job, Kyle.
Gel bir
Wrestle here.
Geleceğin bize bak hoca neden.
Head position, good job.
Kart kol tabi. Solundan kart oradan.
Good job. Stay there.
Kart babele.
You got your point, keep wrestling.
Gir. Zebi yoruldu, gir ayakla.
Come on, score the next point, kid. Score the next point.
Neden seni bu ha? Yakından.
Your offense. Good.
Red action. Open red. Yaxşıdır Cəbrayil, yaxşıdır.
30 saniye oldu.
Wrestle here.
Yaxşı.
20.
Aç kolu var, saklayın kolu bana.
This direction.
Don't get it this period.
10 seconds, Kyle, 10 seconds.
Yaxşıdır Cəbrayil.
Red,
basit. Action. Yenə elə davam elə, dayanma. Ha, bax yaxşı. Baş mı qaldı?
Short time, wrestle here. That's good. Keep those fakes, yes. Get him up.
Dayanma Cəbrayil, dayanma.
Freeze fake him.
Red action. Yaxşıdır bu belə. Belə tartışdır onu Cəbrayil.
Good job.
Aç kolu oradan.
That's it.
Çıkma bayrağı.
You gonna get the first
Red
one.
attack.
Your offense. Yes. Tight. Good job. One.
Cəbrayil işte olmaz özü.
Keep scoring.
Cəbrayil yaxşıdır, heç də yoxdur, problem yox. Gidib alacaqsan inşallah.
Bir de bizim var.
Keep attacking, kid.
Bir tane hücum.
Doktor.
Tabii. Bir tane hücum. İmza. Artık ana çetelerinin. Aktif olsan, aktif. Paslayan aktif olsan. Aşağı üst orka. Her şey alın, her şey alın.
Maybe it's the bus from the other guy.
Cebi öldürmüşsen onu.
Yo, yo.
Başla, başla, başla.
2 dakika kaldı Cebi.
Tabii başla, başla.
Hey. Ready to post. Ready to post.
Başla, başla. Düzdür, düzdür. Her kötü.
Koy bunu çileşmeye.
Başla, başla.
Pasif.
Straight arms coming.
Action go.
Başla, başla.
You're offense. You're offense.
Başla.
Dege yanımda oldu Cebi.
Yes. Keep wrestling here.
Yumurta. Fingers. Bir pasif. İşte Cebi işte.
Good. Fix your head. Fix your head. Good. You're offense.
Bir dakika kaldı Cebi.
He wants to hang here.
Cebi başlaman lazım Dake. Cebi bir dakika kaldı.
Come on, put the nail in the coffin here.
Tabii çiğnesin. Tabii. Başla.
Başla Cebi.
1 point. 1 point, Kyle. 1 point.
Başla başla.
No front head. No front head. Wrestle here. Half fight hard. Under 30. Under 30. Move your feet. Move your feet.
Brent, attention.
Tabii.
Stay in the contact.
Face in circle. Face in circle. Move. 10 seconds. Hands down.
Everybody has their routine. It's all about the routine, the preparation that goes into the work. And now the United States looking to crown another champion. Jaden Cox defended his title last night. Will Dake be able to do the same?
You know, Kyle Dake has a unbelievable position, and he's so stingy. His hips are amazing, very difficult to score on. Hasanov will go with both side lead leg. He's going to look to go outside step attacks and try to swing to the outside. You can't attack Kyle Dake's hips. He's just too strong. Kyle Dake being about as offensive as you're going to see Kyle Dake in the match to get that first point. Trying to just get in the head of Hasanov a little bit, saying, I'm here. You're going to need to bring your best, because my best is always going to be here.
Early step out point for Dake and a 1-0 lead for the U.S.
If we see enough hitting in the head here, you're going to see both these athletes asking for the ref to be on their side. And they're going to show that they're not really happy with getting fingers in the eye, getting slapped in the head. It's kind of the MO of both of these athletes. Interested to see if it happens again. We see our official saying action blue. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get warned here for passivity and even go onto the clock by the end of the period if he doesn't make attacks.
Cabral ayağını açıldı.
You saw our official saying action blue once, action blue twice. In the next 20 seconds, if you don't see Hasanov take a shot, you're going to see a passivity call.
Ama gir. Ya bir yakında da girebilirsen.
Whistle comes in with 4:32 to go in this first period. Mark Manning.
That's Rob Cole.
Oh, excuse me, Rob Cole, Cornell
of
coach.
Cornell,
Excuse
where,
me, yes.
where
Yep.
Kyle Dake's trained.
Yep.
They have the same haircut, he and Coach Manning.
It's 9 days.
I know.
Kyle Dake winning those national titles for Coach Cole. Right underhook applied there, nothing. And Dake looking for that second step out.
Wow, that was a nice tightrope walk by
Certainly
Hasanov.
was.
Because you get pushed that many times. Oh, beautiful inside reach by Kyle Dake. We'll see if he goes right away for the 2 points or is just going to settle for the one. He settles for the one. You know, honestly, one of the things that I think the United States doesn't do as well as other countries is we're not as like a dog on a bone when we get a leg up. We're happy to go with a step out instead of going for that 2-point takedown. And that can really make a difference later in a match.
So a 2-0 lead for the U.S. 2 step outs for Dake in this first period. 40 seconds to go. Dake, who hasn't wrestled a lot, only competed twice this year coming into the World Championships. Won the Spanish Grand Prix. His second appearance came at Final X, America's Wrestle-Offs, where he took down Alex Derringer in 2 straight matches. He took some time off after winning the World Championship last year to let his body heal up, recover a little bit.
And Derringer at the time was ranked 3 in the world. So again, kind of like we've talked about with our Russian, some of their biggest opponents are right there in their own room. So that raises the level of competition for the athletes in the United States when you have 2 athletes who are that good.
2-0 lead for the United States at the intermission. No offense from Hasanov. Dake in on a couple of shots. Can't get the 2, but he's settled for the 2 step outs. And now the conversation from Coach Cole in that corner.
Yeah, Coach Cole, Coach Buxton talking to Kyle about where to go next. Speaking of where to go next, he's another one of these athletes in a non-Olympic weight. Does he go down to 74? Does he go up to 86? You know, he obviously wants to be an Olympian and an Olympic champion to go along with his, at this time, 1 and maybe 2 at the end of the night, World Championships.
Hasanov, the Olympic bronze medalist in Rio in 2016, nearly had a bronze in 2012 in the London Games as well. 3-time world medalist, a pair of bronze medals in 2010 and 11, and that silver last year, losing to Dake. Like Dake took a shot to the eye.
They both changed their level at the same time, and Jabril Hasanov caught him with a thumb right in the eye. That one wasn't intentional. Hasanov typically isn't a head slapper. He's pretty quick on his feet. He doesn't really have an answer right now for Dake's quickness. A little outside reach shot by Dake. Let's see if he can get to the 2 here or just go to the 1. I'm going to say either 2 or a caution in 1 for fleeing there, and he's confirmed with a 2-point takedown.
So Dake gets 2 and a 4-0 lead for the U.S.
Just keep moving now. Just keep moving him. He's got to come on now.
Coach Cole saying, keep coming to him, but let's get him moving. That was a beautiful level change. He was able to catch the back of the heel with his hand. Dake is typically a really good one-and-done guy. He's able to take excellent attacks and defend just like he did right there. Once you get into Kyle Dake's hips, he's one of these wrestlers that's very difficult to score on.
Dake always moving, almost looks like a boxer in that ring with his footwork, dancing around, in and out, up and down, constantly moving and circling, measuring his strike. More importantly right now with this lead, not letting Hasanov get any clear angle to shoot in. Comes in on that straight attack. He's in on the right leg of Dake. Dake's going to try to come over the top.
Very heavy hips by Dake and a beautiful shot by Hasanov, able to get Dake's weight backwards. And the coach saying he wants him to get off of the mat and get standing up. You can't finish on Kyle Dake when his knees are on the mat. You have to get him off of the ground to score.
Another shot by Hasanov. Dake sidesteps it.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the official asking for a passivity on Dake because he seems to be on his skates a little bit backing up, which at a 4-0 in a world final, he has that opportunity to do that. And he's going to need to go and engage the tie, and he hasn't really engaged the tie now, going with that hard collar with his left hand.
1 minute, Kyle. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hasanov in on that leg. This is his best scoring opportunity of the match, and he's going to get the one. Dake gives up the one. Azerbaijan is on the board with 52 seconds to go.
And he's asking his coach to challenge it, asking for 2 or a caution in 1.
He wants the caution in 1 for fleeing the mat.
Right, or a 2-point move for control. I didn't see the control there, but I could see a caution in 1 for flee.
Azerbaijan was debating whether to push the button or not. They decide not to. 3-point lead for Dake in the U.S. 43 seconds to go in this gold medal match. Hasanov fires again, and again he's in on that leg. Dake in a sit out, trying to come over the top, trying to control the hips. See his arm coming in between the crotch, and he gets the stalemate. Nicely done defensively there by Kyle.
Really great defense by Kyle Dake. However, I'm not liking the way he's backing up and fleeing holds. He needs to get to his collar tie and get to Hasanov's position, because right now, Hasanov controlling the mat, controlling the action. You can hear the whistles of the partisan Azerbaijani Azeri fans. And there we see a caution and 1 against Kyle Dake.
4-2. Hasanov will bring everything he has, shooting toward Dake, and the referee stops the action. With 4 seconds to go, having a quick word with Dake. Here comes Hasanov. Dake circling, Dake backpedaling, and Kyle Dake has won another world championship. 4-2, your final. Dake of the U.S. Now a 2-time world champion.
He did just enough to win. It's not always pretty. He was able to score a takedown and 2 step outs to win it, and and then he just kind of got on his horse, got on his skates, and asked Jabril Hasanov to come to him. He did. He wasn't able to score. Hasanov had opportunities, but Kyle Dake's hips are just so good that he wasn't able to score. Big victory.
His run to gold, knocked off 2-time world champ Frank Chamizo, took out Kinchadze, then he followed with a win against Russia's Zamolov. So he's been in these moments here in this year. Dake for the United States in the red, white, and blue. The blue singlet for Sal Kazanov. The U.S. missed an opportunity for gold at 61. Will Dake put them on the board for the first time at 74?
Sal Kazanov with a little reset, pushes Dake backwards. If he does that a couple more times, he's going to look to push Dake and then change his level. Dake is uncanny ability to wrestle right here from his knees. It looks like he's off balance, but he holds position so well from that level change position.
Yeah, that's his comfort position, no doubt. Tough to score, takes away the lower half, relies on his upper bodies and his hands. His ties, his snap down, so potent.
Sal Kazanov really great at pulling down on that head. Now in an overhook position. Dake in that double underhook position. Sal Kazanov grounds himself. Dake able to lift him up. We'll see if they give 1 for the step out. And they do. Dake able to pull him out from the ground, pull him up to his feet, and get 1 point for the step out. Dake with those double underhooks is deadly. Lifts, does like a bicep curl and pulls Sal Kazanov up to his feet. That was beautiful.
Approaching the halfway point of the first period. The step out has been it so far. Dake with a 1-0 lead.
Nice snap down by Sal Kazanov. Referee saying blue contact. He wants Sal Kazanov to get his hands on Dake.
Yeah, keep up the activity with the left hand.
Coach Zadok saying, yeah, keep it up, pulling with that left hand. It's the offside of his lead leg. So he has that left leg back, and he's using that left hand to really pull the head down of Salkazanov. Did you see how Dake reached in and got inside control there with his elbow down, able to block Salkazanov from taking an attack? Well done.
First verbal warning given to Slovakia. Next time they stop it, he will get put on the clock. 40 seconds to go in this period. Dake with a 1-0 lead. We've seen this position. Dake working from those knees, working his way back up to his feet. He's been able to keep Salkazanov from getting to where he wants to offensively. Dake with that left arm lead. Heavy collar tie. Pressure on the neck of Salkazanov. Now Salkazanov, momentum building toward the edge as Dake goes tumbling onto the second mat. And the step-out point awarded. So kind of a brief surge right there from Salkazanov to even it up.
Salkazanov was explosive. Dake had come left hand and a right hand. He was trying to reach cross grain to the ankle. It was a counterattack from Salkazanov as he was able to push in right away and get the 1 point step out.
All right, Brian, as the two go into the corners, let's get your 3-minute takeaways so far.
I think Salkazanov kind of led the position with attacks. Dake was keeping him at bay with his hands. If Dake is going to come back here and win the second period, he's going to need some solid attacks. He does that really nice high single, that nice little pull, swing single. I think he's going to need to pull the head down of Salkazanov to go to maybe a chest wrap position, which he's really good at. Salkazanov has kept him at bay and made the better attacks at this point.
Dake, the only Olympic Tokyo medalist entered at this weight here at the World Championships at 74 kilos.
There's that little pull of the head down. He did a nice job of going with a fake shot, pulls down to a front headlock, and he comes in with a second attack. Salkazanov came straight up, but was able to defend Dake's shot well.
Kyle Dake tried to go low. Salkazanov cut it off. Two wrestlers disengage. Back into the center they go.
Kyle Dake has the uncanny ability. He doesn't take a really deep penetration step, but is able to drop to his knee and pull Salkazanov over top of him. Wasn't able to get to the deep attack, but that position is pretty beautiful.
Blue contact.
Criteria with Salkazanov. Tied at 1. 2 minutes to go, second period. Straight on blast. And Dake steps out of bounds, and Salkazanov with a 2-1 lead.
Again, that high-level attack, he doesn't really look to score a takedown on Dake because Dake's really difficult to score on. He's just looking to get him to the edge for those step-out points. One at a time, he's gaining the lead. And, beautiful pull position. Let's see if Dake goes body lock here.
Here's where Dake has made his money, strong in that upper body, and he crumbles down the Slovakian. And for the first time, Dake has the lead, goes immediately into the wrench. Dake has been able to turn the opponents here in Oslo. Can he do it from the first time on top? No, as Salkazanov dodges a bullet.
Salkazanov dodged a bullet when he just gave up the takedown, not the throw, because that power twist that Dake was doing from his body lock, he's been known to go straight back with that thing for 4.
Well, Salkazanov is going to need 2. He's been able to get the 2 step-out points, but that won't do him any good now. He's going to have to get the 2 with that last 2-pointer from Dake.
Right, just at 1 minute to go here in the match. Dake wants to keep his backside to the center as Salkazanov has taken off on those attacks as Dake was not on, had his back to the edge.
Still lots of time for Salkazanov, down 3-2. Dake looking for his 3rd world championship and the first this year for the United States.
And the first at an Olympic weight as well. He was at 79, which was a non-Olympic weight. And the weight classes were a little bit smaller then. Beautiful inside reach by Dake. Unbelievable step.
And look at him go right to the chain.
Right to the turn.
Back into the wrench.
Yeah, that transition is where he's great, and he's such a smart wrestler. But hopefully we get to see that position again where he pushed, Salkazanov pushed in just a little bit. He dropped at the bottom out of it, took an inside reach, and beautiful attack by Dake to go up 7-2.
Yeah, his transition is as fast and seamless as you can possibly get after securing the takedown and then going to his patented wrench like we saw. And the United States is on the board. A hard-fought battle at 74 kilos. And Kyle Dake is going to get the job done for the U.S. For the third time in his career, he is a world champion. He's done it now at 2 different weights. Twice at 79 and now at 74.
Dake is really known for winning titles in different weight classes, as he now did it in folk style in college for Cornell, where he won 4 national titles at 4 weights. Now 2 world titles at 2 different weights. Instead of moving up, though, he moved down a weight class.
United States and Slovakia, gold medal at 74 kilos. David Taylor, Jordan Burroughs have captured gold for the United States. Kyle Dake looking for the 3rd American gold at these World Championships. Last year was so strange for Teimuraz Salkazanov. For as good as he looked in Oslo, he had a tough time coming up short at the Olympic Games qualifier. He placed 3rd in Sofia, so he missed out on an Olympic bid. 2-time European champion, and he's on the defense early. Dake comes in on a shot. Trying to elevate. You see some of the strength from Dake and the flexibility from Salkazanov, and Dake will get the 1.
See, when we get on the leg and we have them up, our hands locked on the leg, and we get them up on our feet, we're always looking for 2, but you could see Dake had his hands a little bit extended. I was thinking he was going to settle for the push out, but Dake, what the freak. He still picked him up, lifted him, and looked for the big move. Great job by Solezvikov for only giving up the 1.
Dake had to grind out, and we mean grind out, a hard-fought semifinal victory last night, won by criteria. Looking to get some offense started. And as Reese talked about, Dake has been one of the more entertaining wrestlers, even for the common fan, just because he has those big bombs that he delivers, big throws. And in freestyle wrestling, that's what the fans love to see. He will send his opponent airborne.
He's one of the most solid and sound defensive wrestlers, but also when he scores points, look for him to come in bundles. Dake already looking more comfortable and more aggressive than he did in that semifinal bout. He was dealing with something. He looked like he didn't have quite the same energy. This match is a little bit farther away from weigh-ins. Without having any matches prior, he looks like he's moving, feeling really good about himself as he gets into the legs and up to the body, one of Dake's best positions, driving towards the edge, looking for a takedown 2. Dake doing one of the best jobs out of anybody in the whole entire world, always looking for that extra point on the edge, and it goes from a push out to a takedown there, 3-0, Kyle Dake.
Kyle Dake won his first 2 world championships, up at 79 kilos in 2018, 2019. Last year in Oslo, following his Olympic performance in Tokyo, he captured his first world title in this weight class at 74. Tonight looking for his 4th overall world championship. And through the opening 3 minutes, things looking pretty good for Dake. We haven't really seen much offensive attacks from the Slovakian Salkazanov. Dake has clearly been the aggressor and a wrestler who started his career with Russia, trying to find some answers offensively against Dake in this second period.
3-0 is not the craziest amount of different kind of lead in freestyle wrestling. You can rack up a lot of points, but against Kyle Dake, it's a huge lead, and Salkazanov is going to have to start being aggressive. Watch for Dake to look for low-level attacks and getting up to the body and take advantage of that aggression. He's going to stay on the offense too.
You look at the long career of Dake, whether it was his folk style days, winning 4 NCAA championships while wrestling for Cornell, and now all of the international success. His passion for the sport, all of it developed in upstate New York. Wrestling was always a part of his family growing up. His grandfather, Bob, a wrestling coach at Lansing High School. Kyle always tagged along at a young age to granddaddy's practices and really built the passion inside, and that fire remains bright for the American.
And those 4 NCAA titles were at 4 different weights. He's looking for his 4th world gold here, only at 2 weights, underachieving.
Yeah, that's something. He set the bar rather high early, didn't he? 60 seconds into this final period, and again, we just haven't seen the offense from Salkazanov yet.
Dake very elusive, being threatening with the fakes. As he got in on that last leg attack, he didn't score it, but he showed Salkazanov that he can still attack him. We're getting a caution in 1 from the table judge here. It is...
Did it get confirmed?
It's confirmed.
So that call came from the judge, not the referee.
Now, and they warned him for that, for dancing around like that, but he's proven that he can score with that kind of action. He's not backing up. And that caution in 1 really puts Salkazanov back in the match. Oh no, it got white paddled.
It did.
It did.
You know, I just noticed that again. We are up in the balcony. We don't have a clean line of sight to the match chairman, so if the spotlight is on him correctly.
So sorry about this, guys, but it's 3-1. The caution did get confirmed. Took a while for him to get it onto the scoreboard, because I did see, we have a hard time viewing it, but I thought I saw him do the caution in 1. That's where we're at, 3-1. 1 takedown separates these guys from a world title.
Salkazanov coming in hard. You see Coach Zadek in the backdrop. He went up near the mat to talk to the coach. He spotted something from his line of sight. 3-1 Dake. If Salkazanov is going to figure out this puzzle in Dake, what's it going to be? What do you think his go-to is here in these winning moments of this final period?
So he's looking for the caution in 1 right now, because he can't get to his setups. Kyle Dake is being very elusive. He's not letting him tie one thing, but he's not showing enough aggression to get that caution in 1. And also, 1 caution is not going to help him in this position. 20 seconds left. He needs a takedown.
Kyle Dake over the last couple of days in the semis last night and now here tonight. His defense might win him another world title. Dake is dodging. He's sidestepping. Salkazanov keeps lunging at him, but he won't find any answer. Late activity near the edge, and Kyle Dake for the United States of America has won his 4th world championship.
Wow. Kyle Dake, 4 for 4. 4 NCAA titles, 4 world titles. The blonde bomber, Kyle Dake. Dake bombs. Come on, guys. Get excited for this one. A legend in the sport.
2 at 79 kilos, and now he has won his 2nd title here at 74. Dake for the United States, your gold medal winner. These wrestlers have survived some trials and tribulations to get to this gold medal match. Zorbek Sidikov winning a couple of tight ones. And here we go, the gold medal match at 74 kilos. The United States will come out in the blue. Kyle Dake, the 2-time defending world champion. Zorbek Sidikov in the red, independent neutral athlete, back into the world championships for the first time since 2019.
And it was in the semifinals in 2019 where he defeated Jordan Burroughs. And these two have never wrestled in international competition.
Quick stoppage, an inadvertent hand up into the eye area. Sidakov, like he normally does, almost looks like a boxer, kind of jabbing those hand taps, head taps.
I prefer to say cycling the hands, looking for that head snap like he just did with Kyle Dake.
Snap attempt there by Sidakov.
And so Sidakov's left hand is the attack hand that he usually makes contact with first, just like that. And that's going to be the initiator for his snaps. And he's going to use his right hand to reach for those legs.
First verbal warning will go to Dake. You mentioned these two have been on a collision course, it seemed like forever, and now it finally becomes a reality. That was back in the days when Dake was winning some belts at 79 kilos. Sidakov had established himself at 74, and then Dake made the move down to 74, and we just had near misses of these two colliding with one another, and finally we get it. But boy, we had to sweat it out. We weren't sure Sidakov was going to be able to compete here until about 3 or 4 days ago, and that's when everybody celebrated, because you want to see the stars compete, and that's what we have here right now.
So we do have a medical official coming on to look at. We see a little bit of blood on Dake's left ear, and that's what they're taking a look at. Now we know that Sidakov also had his face split open from an earlier headbutt, and that's why he has his head wrapped. So both of these athletes have faced some, surface wound injuries that might affect the match. We know there's limited blood time, so we see that in the left corner. So that shouldn't affect the wrestling that we have here. And so Dake is on the shot clock, and right away goes in that front head snap. He's in a double underhook position. Sidakov's on his knees.
See if it gets confirmed. It does. Dake gets the point, so a 1-0 lead. Gets off the clock as well. So Kyle Dake, good execution there for the American.
Great execution. Dake did a really great job of pressuring him, snapping him down, double underhooks, pressuring him in the mat, then he lifted it up slightly. So Sidakov's knees came off the mat, and that was what awarded him that point. Interesting head movement from Dake, looking to move, get those angles. Great hand fighting from Dake. He disrupts Sidakov's head and not giving him any space to adjust or to breathe. Nice drop, high crotch. But Sidakov finds himself underneath. He didn't penetrate there. So he's back in the double underhook position.
Dake so strong, just a bowl in the upper body. Sidakov able to clear out those double unders. Both wrestlers disengage, reset back into the center, and we get a stoppage with 28 seconds to go in this opening period. The step out point, the only point. Dake has been on the clock once. Sidakov just got warned. Next time he'll go on to the activity clock. Might happen in the second period. We'll wait and see. Both wrestlers circling in the center. 13 seconds to go, first period. And that is it. After one period, Kyle Dake, a 1-0 lead on Sidakov. Sidakov has won a couple of world championships. He's looking for his third. Winning titles back-to-back years in 2018, 2019. Incidentally enough, the two titles coming against the American Jordan Burroughs in the final. And now he looks at a different American here in 2023 in Kyle Dake. He's taking this weight over for the United States. Let's talk adjustments if there are any for either wrestler after one period.
Well, let's see, because we did have the two independent neutral athletes that competed earlier tonight. Both scored right off the whistle in the second period. So will Sidakov make that decision? No, he does not. Again, he's reaching with his hands. That's his signature hand fighting style. Putting a lot of pressure on Dake. Dake's doing a really good job of meeting that pressure with his right hand. He's creating that block, not giving Sidakov the opportunity to snap with his left because he has his right hand in. So Sidakov needs to continue to cycle his hands, but he's so far away right now, and his feet aren't quite underneath him. He needs to bend his knees, keep his head low if he wants to give himself a chance to score.
Judge in the background raises up the blue card. Looks like it gets confirmed. So they're going to put Dake on the shot clock for the second time, and right off the whistle, as you described, Erica, here comes Sidakov. He's in on a deep, really tough low shot. Dake trying to use that upper body strength. Chest wraps over the top. Key moment in this match right now.
No points awarded yet. Dake is looking to lever him up to get that body lock, but Sidakov does an amazing job of getting his head to the outside, getting the angle, getting the 2-point takedown, and then we'll see an additional point will be awarded when that final second on the shot clock expires.
Right off the whistle, Sidakov fired and hit. And now a 3-1 lead with the activity point. Dake trailing for the first time. Minute 40 to go.
Now Dake is never out of a match. He has the ability to score. He's been in these high pressure situations. He reaches in for that single high crotch position and he gets the takedown.
Here we go. The two world champions starting to put on a show now. Tied at 3. Dake with criteria. He's a hammer on top in parterre, trying to get a turn here, but Sidakov flattened out underneath.
Now, I did say Dake has the ability to score when it matters most, but Sidakov has proven time and time again to be able to be the best in the business, especially at the end of matches. We do see Dake grimace in pain. It can be so frustrating when you find yourself with that really small surface wound that the referee stops the match, starts the blood clock, and all you want to do is get out there and keep the momentum. Dake just had a big takedown to come back on top in this match, and this break is giving Sidakov a time to rest, to restructure, to figure out what he's going to do to take down Dake.
See the blood timeout in the lower left-hand corner. This crowd being thoroughly entertained in the second period. Sidakov comes in with the 2. Timed it beautifully with the shot clock. Dake comes right back. And now tied at 3. Criteria with Dake. And here we go. 75 seconds to determine the world champion.
We can see the sheen on Dake's back as well. You know, late into this match, both these athletes are working so hard, and that sweat body does make a challenge to get that grip. Great low level change from Dake. He's in a good defensive position, and as he lifts up, Sidakov takes that opportunity to step in. We see the body lock again from Dake, but Sidakov needs to elevate that leg. We've had the 2 up for Sidakov.
Sidakov given 2. Sidakov awarded 2 more, and he goes up 7-3. Holy smokes. Sidakov with back-to-back 2s. Now the Americans are going to challenge, and they're going to have to sort this out, as will we.
Okay, so on the score clock right now, we have 8-5, which means that they awarded a 2 for the initial takedown, a 1 for Dake to come back on top, and then another 2 to make it 6-5. But USA has challenged, so we will go to the replay right here. So we
score tied right here at 3 apiece as we take a look at what they're going to look through this entire exchange. There's the first 2 signaled by the referee for Sidakov. See Dake trying to thrust and lift him over the top. In that process, his blades exposed, thus the initial 2.
Look at him using his left leg to get that final kick over of Sidakov's body. And it is always interesting watching the coaches' reactions as they watch the replay on the screen. And these are the positions that Dake is so dangerous in. With that body lock position, he has put away many of his opponents. Sidakov made the adjustments here, But how will this match be scored is up to the jury to decide, as they are the experts with the implementation of the rules.
Well, let's listen in. They've reached the verdict. Let's dial it in.
First section, it is 2 points for the take position from the blue, and also here, red can take position first with poo-poo. After poo-poo, again, red shot on the opponent, action from red, blue can take position, agree to red, and here on the outside now also, red coming in danger position. Maybe blue, this section is also score blue, and last section reverse by red, 1 red, 5 1 and
Well, you need a math major to keep up with all of that.
So that is the correct score that we see in the top left corner. It's 8-7 for Sidakov. So it was 3-3 before they went to the challenge, and it was rescored 2-2, 2-2, and then a final one of red coming back on top to make it 8-7.
So here we go, 28 seconds. Dake fires like a missile, comes right at him. Sidakov circling around. Dake getting his right arm underhook. Kyle Dake, 18 seconds to go. Sidakov down on both knees, grounded near the edge. Now he hankers down onto that far ankle.
His head is underneath the legs. This is a simple, different position from what we just saw, but once again, Kyle Dake is reaching over, and look at that reaction from Sidakov.
Sidakov not letting go of that leg. Dake, one last thrust, rolls him over toward the side. No exposure, no points awarded. Sidakov is going to win the World Championship, but the United States, since they won that challenge, is going to issue a challenge one more time.
Of Sidakov's back in this situation. We know he was brought over, both of them brought each other over. No points were awarded, no exposure for either of them by the on-mat official. But what Blue is challenging, what the USA team is challenging, here's the jury to decide.
There's confusion because challenge won by the United States, but Sidakov is going to win the gold medal.
And Sidakov is reigning Olympic.